And Mike in this game played really well. Mentioned that score a second ago, and you're going to want to watch to the right tackle here, 65. So the right-hand side of your screen. I'm going to show a couple of these cut-ups with Jerrell. And he played a really, really nice game. Hands inside. See how the hands go inside there? Right hand inside. Don't let it get too wide. It's a clean rep. He wins in pass pro here. Also like, this is early on in the game, by the way. You like Grubb giving him little bits of help, right? It's not a full-on, I'm going to give you the double team with the tight end, but you're going to get a little bit of chip. We'll ensure he's not going to take that wide angle on you and keep him in front of you. But still a nice rep. And you got these kind of reps through him throughout the game. Again, early on here, they try to run a little bit of power. It's a nice job with the long arm. Basically hit him with the bull rush and then pull back to the long arm, number 50. You're looking at right tackle here. You did draw the penalty here. You were able to get this ball down the field there, so he's at least able to hold up to let this route develop enough to throw the back shoulder. You get the penalty on A.J. Terrell, of course, too. But not a bad rep early on. That's, you know, the nerves were, his hands were shaking. You know those ankles were shaking. Still again here early on, a little bit up in the run game now. Again, you want to lock in here on the right side. This is on Walker's really nice run. So it's not how you draw it up to have him do it this way. That's not what we call crystal clear technique. As you watch him sort of whiff around the side of him and then come back into him and then flop over the top of him. So it's not how you draw it up on the chalkboard if you're the coaches. It gets it done, and that is Grady Jarrett. That's a tough block. But this one made me laugh a little bit when I watched it because he just put a little bit in slower mode so you guys can see it here. Just watch how he completely whiff. Oh, I'll get back into this. Oh, Jarrett falls down. I'm going to just bend him over now. And then Gino, hey, props to you, man, for getting out front. Another rep here with Jerrell. Get the completion down to DK Metcalf in this game. So he's just helping out on the inside here. You basically kind of just tighten your pass pro up here where you bring everything in real super tight for Gino. No one's really kind of one-on-oneing necessarily on that kind of play. It's kind of a replay a little bit here. He falls down. Not the most, crystal clean snaps, but again, the guy's nerves here at this point in the game. I mean, this is early on. He's a wee bit nervous here. He settled in, I think, is what I'm trying to say. The more the game went on, I think the more he kind of got, okay, I can get this. I can play here. I can make this happen. Here we go again. Able to just take the inside counter move and flush him out. Gino gets sacked, but this is not on him, really. It's just as much there's not an option for Gino to go down the field after this clears, and then Gino kind of panics out of the pocket because he sees the linebacker there. But not a bad job of handling the inside counter here back. The guy's really never close to sacking Gino. He just takes, you can see the edge rusher just takes such an extreme inside track there. I mean, he's just like almost going lateral to do what he's doing there. And maybe that's part of their pass rush that they're setting up there, but you kind of go, okay. Got a little bit of late pressure here. I will say to my eyes here with 65, there's a lot of games being run on this play. So this is one of the more points where he's getting really challenged by the defense. You got 3 of these 4 bodies coming, and you got to kind of decide what you're doing. He stays committed to the linebacker. He's able to at first kind of get him blocked up. Gino gets flushed by the other pressure because they're just overloading you with the numbers here. Seattle doesn't do a bad job of picking it up, actually. Charbonnet, shout out to him there. Shout out to Noah Fant, who not only kind of keeps the clean block there, but also then keeps his eyes up so that Gino can get to him. But you can see a nice job here of staying steady in front of the linebacker, keeping him under control. And Gino, hey, he's got some escapability there, man. That's a linebacker he's getting away from there in short spaces. Another rep here on the outside. Hands get a little bit high on this. Gino with one of his immaculate Russell Wilson-like. That's definitely Russ's influence right there. I guarantee it. We got 65 here. Hands again in a good spot for the most part. Gets a little bit high from the right tackle position here, but not outside and not holding and not grabbing. So it's not going to be called as a sometimes what you worry about these guys where they not only get beat, but they're also like panic holding left and right. So not a bad rep here. Good pitted pass rush there. Gino never gets touched. Great job by Gino to get away, and it's really more the guy to the left side that's kind of creating the pressure there from Cross's perspective, I think, but you could argue that. You could debate me on that, and I wouldn't. I'd give ground. All right, here we got the touchdown run from Kenneth Walker. You guys have no doubt seen this highlight. It's going over his side. Christian Haynes, on a day where Haynes was not well graded as a run blocker, did a very nice job there. But you can see with Haynes, like what I talk about with him, where on his good run blocks, you'll even see he's not going to be a maul guy. He's not going to really drive you off the ball. That's not really where it's going to come from. It's going to be more position blocking. Bam, bam, bam. I know see how as soon as the running back's to the hole, Haynes has positioned himself where he's got his back to the running back. He's a very, very smart in being able to position block in that way and do it just naturally with the timing where he can route his body around so that there's always, you think about it, it's like you got your running back running and the defender wants to get there, and he's always kind of like twisting with the running back as the running back's going through the hole. But it's not, I'm hitting this guy up and then I'm pushing him off the ball and driving him back. And so that's why you sometimes see him poorly graded in the run grades from PFF and whatnot, even with colleges, because it's more of that shield blocking. I'll control you. I'm not going to be doing anything outside the context of the rule, but it's more I'm controlling you. I'm not really trying to push you. But good rep here really from Jerrell as well. Gets control. Hands maybe a tiny hair wide, but he lets go at the right time there. And then DK Metcalf down the field with his one-arm block, because Terrell, by that point, he's taken AJ Terrell's soul and spirit. Terrell's like, look, I'm done today, man. I'll just let others tackle. All right, bet. I'm going to do this one-hand move then and style on you. All right, I don't care. I still don't want to tackle, man. All right. But nice little block there from Jerrell. A couple more here. Nice job dealing with the blitz here. A little bit of a Grady Jarrett sighting. Again, Gino with the escapability. Jarrett moving a little bit of a twist stunt game. This is what you worry about with a rookie who's in his first start. They run some games like this. Now the move up around the head move he does here, where he decides to grab onto Jarrett's head. Now remember Jarrett, he's a real small guy a little bit for that defensive tackle position, so it's easier to do, but that's probably... He gets his hands off it quick, so he's so fast with it, it's hard to catch. But that might be called from time to time in other circumstances. But not a bad rep, and good job of being ready with that switch. Pretty seamlessly picked up there. He kind of panics a little bit at first, but he gets it under control. So encouraging signs here. Another one here, another pass rush. Another one where you give a little bit of help on the chip. Oh, we saw that one earlier, my bad. I showed that one before. Last one here. It's a quick throw. This one, just get the ball right out of Gino's hands. They're bringing a blitz. Gino's finding the hot. But Jerrell, nice set. Love the hands. Good base. He's not getting moved back on contact. Neutralizes the edge rusher. Yeah, it's a quick throw, but it's also a really good rep, I thought, from Jerrell on that side of it. I lied. A couple more here. Helps out on the double team. You want some nastiness? You want to be mean? You want your lineman mean? You want your lineman nasty? Do you like your lineman to put his nuts up on a guy's head after he blocks the hell out of him and pancakes him? Are you one of those people? Are you like, all right, I want him to pancake him, and then I want him to teabag him. But I want him to teabag him by making him a hat, turning himself into a hat. I wanted him to teabag himself by turning himself into a hat after he pancakes him. That's what I want. And he's like, bet. I got you. That's Grady Jarrett. You're still better interior defensive tackles in this sport. Just throwing them around. He gets a little help from Bradford, granted, but I give him all that throw. I give him all that one. And the teabag move was a little egregious, but style points for also doing kind of the dive move technique thing there. I like that. That's kind of cool. Kind of dig that. Right up here where he gets a little bit pushed into on this one, but that's on the GK Metcalf throw with Geno. We're going to get back to this one in a second, so a little bit of quick pressure. Geno having to step up in the pocket because of that quick pressure. But we're getting back to that throw in a second. Last one here. Like this rep quite a bit. Widens the edge defender out of the hole. The edge defender does set a hard edge here where you're not going to get outside that shoulder from Kenneth Walker's standpoint, but it's also a read option out of shotgun. So you're not as much trying to get this to the edge. Your one block gets blown inside with sort of Connor Williams getting to the linebacker late, and it's a good job by the linebacker to jump this play 53, to jump it in the hole. He really makes the play here, but your right tackle on this play, I think, does a good job of, okay, you're going to set the edge. Now, can I, as a right tackle or left tackle at that point, if you're going to try to set that edge, widen you out? You know, have you coming back to your coach at the end of it and saying, coach, I didn't, well, essentially you have the edge. The edge would come back to his coach and say, hey, coach, I set the edge. I was able to not have him take my outside shoulder. And the coach comes back to him and says, yeah, but you've got to pin this down a little bit. You've got to close that hole up a little bit as you're setting that edge. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. But that's why I like this rep from Jerrell, and appreciate what I was seeing from him on that.